Hey there folks, and welcome back to Grand Turismo 7 Weekly Challenges of August Week 4. Yeah, I'm super late on this, so anyways, let's just get on and move on, shall we? Starting with the FF Challenge 450 at Autopaw's International Racing Course, the short course. I am driving a Civic SIR2 Egg, but not just any Civic SIR2, it's a Civic I want to say up to 155 miles per hour one, I believe. Yeah, I didn't really modify this one that much. Yeah, it's got the road car style, so no wide body. It basically got the spoilers up front and back. Yeah, you know, no matter what, people are just going to do that to their cars. And just modified up to 155 miles per hour. So yeah, it's going to be one of those cars in the future. So go ahead, just design one for now for this case, because, you know, might as well, but this is technically one of the styles I thought of beforehand, because I will say there used to been a 450 PP, I want to say comfort mediums tryouts I was going to do, but this is technically better. This is technically better, I think. Like all the cars that hit that rank, basically. Because you know there's a lot of cars that hit that rank at the end of the day. So you might as well just do it like that instead. Because I will say this is a good part about the whole mile per hour limitation, because it is in a way a balance of some course. So just like different tiers, stuff like that. But yep, just driving the Civic SIR, the Egg. It's victory basically. It's not a long ways either. So yeah, you're probably gonna say, oh hey, why haven't you uploaded this like a lot earlier, as in just before this week is about to get changed out? That's because I had a lot of personal things, that's why it dealt with, so it's dealt with now. The problem is, yeah, I'm sorry to say, this is just not gonna be a guide for this one. This was just gonna be a show and tell at the end of the day. Yeah, I might as well just still show it at the end of the day. Because I have all this footage, I might as well throw it. So I don't want to waste it. Because I think I technically did one beforehand, but I decided to just waste instead. Because there wasn't any point to showing it, because same case what happened there was like right on the last day, just before this changed out. So yeah, as soon as this gets uploaded, it's going to get changed out. Yes, that means it's Thursday, and that update has happened. And all I got to say about that update, there's one savior. There's just one savior. Also, yeah, I didn't know what to do about the scoring here, so I was like kind of confused. Like, oh wait, oh yeah, wait, it's a short course. What I'm saying, basically. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. You're supposed to take like the left to right, not the right to right. What I just said there. But yeah, that's basically it for that one. So now on to the Porsche Cup at Gunaseca. WeatherTech Raceway with Gunaseca. I am driving the 911 Carrera RS 993 model of 1995, but not just any 911 RS, it's the one with the 200 mile per hour. So yeah, this is technically gonna be in the tryouts eventually for that. This is the one I'm driving for this one. Like, I had to put it on sports hard because I forgot how strict the PPs are for this one. So yeah, I tried to do update of a couple cars and stuff. I haven't checked out the engine swap just yet. I just tried most of this cars for now, and yeah, they're avid time. We'll just talk about that car, okay? We'll just talk about that one. Yeah, behold, avid time came back. Which, thank God. Thank God I came back, because that's the only savior out of the cars, I'll just say that much. But back to talk about the Porsche stuff, because yeah, I forgot that, like, this is like very strict. It's like up to 650 pp, and even at, yeah, I was going to drift happy there, just like, it wanted to drift there, like, oh, it wanted to or did not. But yeah, I had to increase the suspension on this because I forgot that this car is a bit nose heavy at first for some reason. Ooh, look at that dang wheel. They didn't break out smoke though, it's real. I'll be driving on the way to victory at the end of the day with this and stuff. I got all sort of Porsches though, from the 959 to the Cayman to the 911s. But yeah, there's a funny thing about that 959 because there was like a 2 or 3 startups of the race here. I noticed like we'll get to a point of the uphill here and you'll just see it on the side of the sand at some points at the start of the race for some reason. I have no idea what happened, but like there was like 3 cases where that 959 spun out. It was just really weird. Sadly, I didn't caught that footage because I was technically being just happy with this car because I was trying to have some fun with it at the end of the day. I need to learn the slow side. I wanted to learn things. I was also being just a time killer at the end of the... I shouldn't be killing time at all because a reminder that this is like the last day of the week boost. So. But is what it is. Got a bunch of new... Well, I say new 911s, so there's like 2001 to 2007 or 8 there. Then you got technically the new one now. 2016, I believe. Can't say like the hybrid new, but it's like the model-wise new. And you got your 930s, your 964s, 930s. And you got your CAS edition, basically. That's the one CAS drives. It's 2001 there. Then, yeah, 964, 930s. So yeah, those are the ones I recall what they're called. And I'm starting to get used to the numbers at this point. Because the 2001's called the 996, because that's the first water-cooled motor. Well, the 993 is the last air-cooled, I believe. I could be wrong about that, it could be the 996 was the last air-cooled. I could have sworn that was water-cooled. Because yeah, I will say they've been air-cooled since the 993 model, so something to note. Okay, if I have to say what's my favorite Porsche out of the bunch too, it's the 993. Because I'm just a sucker for that car because of Need for Speed High Stakes on America. Need for Speed High Stakes, there's a lot of cars that I'm sucker in as a result because I like each one of them that were presented there. Like even the BMW Z4 was good, even though the Z4 was statistically the worst. So, or no, it's not Z4, but Z3, I believe, something like that. But yeah, like Need for Speed High Stakes was just a big game to me because that was technically one of the arcade races I played a lot. So it would be a cool game if it got remade in some ways. But it's EA, so good luck on that. It can only dream. It sucks. It sucks being out of that. So then that color right there is a very specific color of High Stakes color right there. Because they're mostly painting that orange yellow. Interesting orange yellow instead of horrible white, black, or gray. So you got the Cayman. You got the Cayman in terms of what I remember from the Cayman, Hot Pursuit 2, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, you got a bunch of the 2001 to 2009. Okay, 2009 is what that one is. Okay. I was wondering if I was getting that wrong. I believe this is a 2016 one right there. Yeah, I cannot remember what it's called. I think I just saw the name too as a funny part. So yeah, I don't think there's the GT Academy drivers driving these. They're just AIs at the end of it, which that's fine. The whole GT Academy thing was always stupid, so to be honest. Because it feels like you're just purposely picking at the person, even though that's not the person at all, potentially. Like, the person that you probably want to pick that car at the end. You know? It's just kind of funny shit. Yep, so now to drive to victory as soon as it goes. Peace. But yeah, as a 200 mile per hour car, pretty quick. And considering how low horsepower too, it's only 384. So less than 2 times the amount needed to go to 200 as well. That's pretty good. Honestly, if there's anything that's not good, it burns a lot of fuel surprisingly. I don't know what that's about. Probably, I guess, a small fuel tank, I'm guessing, or that these cars do burn a lot for some reason. I'm not sure. Very weird. I don't matter. Wouldn't think they would, but they do. But yeah, I will say there is the 911 RS and there's the 911 RS Club Sport, which is CS. This is just a regular RS. Even though it has the Club Sport's blue colors too, because that's the fun part about the Club Sport. It's not technically that much different besides the whole backs, the cabin. The cabin's completely different. Because it was made, the Club Sport's made in mind for racing, where this one's just the 911 itself. Just the base sportiness of 911s you can get. While the Club Sport was a rarer version. Alright, now into the Evolution meeting at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa and Miyabi Reverse, which I am driving the Lancer Evo 3. I recently vinyl designed myself, which I hope you like. I kind of just thought of, like, you know, rally if more street looking. And this is the result I kind of got for looks. Which looks really freaking good, not gonna lie, with the orange and stuff. Got Sunburst Orange, which I think I got it from... Which, when I say Sunburst Orange, I don't know if it's called that. I just know it's an orange you can get from Suzuki, though. So if you want to know where that orange is from, it's Suzuki. Because Mitsubishi doesn't offer oranges. As the saying goes. They offer, I think, red, blue, I think a green, and then gray, blacks, and white, of course, because every manufacturer just has to have gray, black, and white. But yeah, speaking of that, Phil, what the hell on the color selection, I will say that. Even though, I mean, the prototype wasn't much better, it was just, I think it was just white or black, I can't remember exactly. Because it was just one color, where the production one has only 3. But yeah, that's the slip so just look at all these Lancers and stuff. Lancer 3, I think, what's this? Lancer 5 or 6 maybe? Woo! Just ripping that car. Probably tearing it apart at the end. I am bad, but I try to be good, but I'm also probably mostly bad. And I think that's an 8 MR. Because there's an 8 and 9 MRs. Yeah, so then you got 4, 5, and 6. The 4, 5, 6 are the chunky Lancers, as I call them. Chunky looking ones, and then you have 7, 8, 9 with the more boxy, modernized slim look. And then you got 10 that technically doesn't even belong with the Lancer line. It's the fucked up part. Because it uses a completely different motor. It's based on an SUV platform and everything else. What enthusiasts will tell you, or Fanatic will tell you, and such. Because yeah, that was the problem about when it came to the WRX, and when I say WRX, I mean when it dropped in present name. Because they wanted to save costs, so they wanted to use the same platform and stuff. Although I haven't heard the WRX doing that, but I would be surprised they do that. Where the Lancer definitely does, because Mitsubishi just only wants to make crossovers and freaking SUVs at the end of the day anymore. Oh, and the hatchback. There's the Mirage. As the thing goes. Yeah, you got your big old chunky. I think it's a Evo 6. I assume it's 6. No, it's probably 5. It's probably 5 on that one. So I think the Tommy Mackin is a 6. We'll go. So that was the final edition of the chunks. And you got the modernization, slim down one of the MR here. Because that boxy back on there. Yeah, that's Tommy Mackin. I believe that is a 6. I can't see the logo, so it's so small. But yeah, we got the Evo 3, which we only just got the Evo 3. We do not have a 2 or a 1 from that, which is technically fine because they're not like that entirely too much different besides engine tune-ups and either added suspension or added transmission changes. So, because basically, it's kind of weird when it comes to the refreshes of these cars, is because they go through like, well, Nissan's case, when they make a generation, they make a generation of number. Mitsubishi, on the other hand, will do 3 of that number and then move on eventually. That 3 of number, or each number will have a refreshment, and then once it goes to 4, which is the chunk model, that is a, you know, a complete different one, besides the engine being the same. And then when it came to the 7, or yeah, 7, then even more different, and also considered one of the worst answers too, because that was the automatic one. The GTA, which was a bad one. Yeah, let's say there is some vinyl on some of these lancers here and there, so that yellow one has one. That one has one on the hood. That one's a K&N. And Tommy Mackin, there might be some vinyl there, probably the Rally Art ads perhaps. This one's not good. I saw one with the Rally Art ads, and that might be the one I saw in the new event. We did got new events too. And I'm not sure what to say about the World Tour 900 one. I don't even know what it's for at the end of the day. But you'll see. You'll see what I mean about that. I can't explain too much of it, but it's just I'll do some slips on that matter. So now I just grabbed the Evo 3 to victory, because yeah, this thing's just race hard tires and everything. I just wanted to get done over. Because I literally just did this vinyl work and it took me, I don't know, maybe 30 or 45 minutes. And overall it looks pretty good so far. It still adds a bit more and stuff like that. I kinda thought of like a rally, use the rally stripe, but make it more street-like. Add some carbon to it. Well, fake carbon. Get back. It's not real. Although, if you do weight reductions, I guess technically it's carbon. I don't know. It's weird. At the end of it. Yep, so this is driving us to victory at the end of the day, down to the sneaky est chicane here. So, onto the roundabout, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's Miyabi and Yamagawa. It's one of the two names. Or pronounce it this one, so it's a. But that's it for the Lancer Evolution. Meaning. Now on to the next one. And the next one is the special event at Trail Mountain Circuit. Which the special event, and this shocks me still, is the 812 Superfast. The 812 Superfast is still doing one make series for some reason. I guess this is the final send-off, maybe? Who knows? But yep, and they're 812 super fast race. I don't even know why at this point. This car's already been done to death. I think it's been like 2 or 3 updates now. Like, I'm clueless about this at the end of the day. It's like beating down a dead horse. Oh hey, Ferrari's a horse, I know. So, but yep. Basically just having fun with the 812 super fast once again. My custom. Yeah, this still looks so good. I guess so. It's not red, it is a little bit yellow, yeah. It's got some black, got some blue, some black. It's sleek. And that's the stuff I like. I got the vinyl. Nice and sleek. Yes, now I just drive this to victory because, yeah, I think they have sports soft. So kind of comparable to me, kind of not. I also made this tuned for exactly 750 pp at racing hard tires, since the whole Suzuka is taught me a lesson and stuff about tire wear and stuff. So this tells me that, yeah, if I'm gonna do a 750 pp setup, I'm mostly gonna do racing hard tires. Even though I want to do mediums, but the problem is most production cars kind of burn through medium, so it's better off. Like even the Vulcan burns through mediums. That's a car built in mind for track, mind you. So there, the track saying it's always been fucking track. Who knows? I don't know what's the whole truth about that, and I'm not even sure there is a truth to that at the end of the day. Like what's goes beyond, because if the tires burn like that, like no tomorrow, and the fuel is costing as ever as a production car, what's the point of it being called a track car if it does the same fundamental problems as a road or production car? Oh, you can't take it with you because it's not a vehicle made for the road at the end of it. Which is kind of BS, to be honest, but whatever. It's just too fast for the police to catch at the end of it. It's more like, so, because the police can only house so many type of cars at the end of it, and not house anything faster than that, so to say. But the 812 super fast, as the saying goes, is like, the success of the California line, basically. Stuff like that. Although I say California loosely, it's like an upgrade upon the California in a way. It's just weird. So, looks good though. Looks good, and as the saying goes, this car is, well, while its name is called super fast, it is kind of too fast for its own good. So a V12 that hits 812 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower. That's too much. And even Jeremy Clarkson said that. And that was the F12, by the way. That wasn't even the super fast 812. The F'd up part. But yeah, this car was just considered too fast for its own good. And it kind of still shows. I'm not saying do neuter it though. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna target this car to be even better, try to target its aerodynamics and stuff at this point. Or add some fundamentals that make it better, like more fuel efficient, like hybrid system or something for that matter. Call me crazy, and call me a bad supercar person. I do kind of think hybrid technology is kind of that booster in some ways. It's just the way how automotives kind of do it. They kind of do it very wrong on how to handle the hybrid system at the end of it. If there's one thing to do for a supercar, you use the hybrid system as a booster, I would say. Similar case is the LMPs, because their hybrid system is much different. It's like instantly, it drains on the drop, you go straight on down. Or if you hit a certain speed, so to say. That's how I feel like it should be used for supercars. Unless your name is the NSX, then maybe that's fine, something like that. But the NSX kind of does it perfectly too, on top of it, because not only it has the regeneration, I think its own fuel supplies its hybrid system, so it can't really, I don't think it can't really run out, or it's just very tough to run out. I'm not really sure what to say. Or it may have a solar panel, I'm not sure. It's just very odd. But yeah, if there's any future that this car needs to proceed to, that might be the next kind of steps there. Kind of shows. And I'm not saying it's a bad car at all, but well, heck, it might be at least better than the C7 Corvette, and that's a shocker. And maybe. And then not only that, the V12 are, you know, getting less and less as time passes, which is not surprised because, as the saying goes, the smaller engine you get, the better performance you might actually get as a result. You know, V12s are big, clunky. They also technically do have better fuel mileage there, because I will say the bigger motor, technically better fuel mileage is, because it's technically potentially less strain depending on the size of the motor. If it's a very small motor, it's going to suck more. If it's a big size motor, it might suck less. It's a very weird saying. But yeah, there's one special thing about this event here for Trail Mountain. It goes in nighttime, which is a very special case for Trail Mountain because there is technically no events that really lead it to nighttime at all. So this is a case where you get to see Trail Mountain at night unless you do custom events. Which is kind of pretty cool because it lights up the tunnel and stuff. You get to see this place at night. So. Behold the wilderness forest. It's creepier at night. Is that Jason? I mean, there is a lake over there. That is messy though. Yep, so now onto the chicane of Slow. But yeah, I hope they add a new layout to the Trail Mountain where you get rid of that stupid chicane because no one asked for it. Like, make a S chicane or something a bit more flowing, you know? Because that's just a dead drop of a flow, and I don't know why it exists. Besides, oh, you guys didn't like the fact that we did these crazy shortcuts to the I want to say the hump side of that track, basically. Make it sound even dirtier. Or cut across the field, so to say. Which, no, I think the best solution is just make an S chicane. Don't make this rough corner ass chicane. This chicane sucks. I don't know why the dead drop at the end of it. If you want us to not blast through that part of the track at the end of it. Although, I'm gonna admit, I kinda like blasting through that part of the track. And a lot of people do agree with that. And especially fanatics. So yeah, you get to technically see this track a more darker atmosphere, which is very interesting in regards and stuff. So just driving the shell lake to see this is victory, so yeah, it looks so good with the brakes all glowing and shit. And again, this car moves like nothing else. So try a 200 mile per hour build, see how good it is. Which is gonna neuter the crap out of the horsepower because it's already fast, so you know. In fact, I think where it stands at it's 230 probably. That's amazing. That's just a 600 horsepower too. It's the funny part, because yeah, it's already neutered already. It's the funny part. Now on to the World Touring Car 800 at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. I am doing a challenge, I could say, because I am driving my F40, but this F40 is tuned to do 200 miles per hour. Which is kind of weird because I had to down tune this car a lot. to say, because it hits about 410 horsepower. Normally I think it's around 500 or 400 or something like that, 450 or something. But yeah, it's very interesting for this race because it has a very high performance points because it really is a supercar. Like, this is a supercar. This performance that this car shows is supercar performance, and that is phenomenal, I must say. But yeah, you could take this against grade 3 cars. I will note it is also kind of tough too. So beware on that. It is yeah, you got this F40 versus all the GT3 cars and such. So I decided to challenge myself to see if this 200 mile per hour setup of a F40 can just do this on the fly. So, which I'm just gonna say it can, but I will note I had to record the whole race because it was a slow way to get there. But in terms of its performance, it is as fast as that Viper SRT GT3. So that is my opponent right there, is that car alone. And I do say somewhat, because the real opponent is the Mercedes. That Mercedes is much tougher to deal with. And then you got the GTR Nismo, which kind of there and here in terms of its performance. It shows pretty good. Oh yeah, and another thing you're probably going to notice here, you can see times on the right there because I had to save this recording because I forgot. I will say this episode was going to be uploaded yesterday or on this day. Sadly, I wasn't able to because I forgot about. I didn't record this. I had the replay on hand. I just forgot to record the gameplay footage part because I do, you know, gameplay footage first hand, then commentary second hand. That way I get that more somewhat polished, and in case of my dogs talk in the background, I can cut that stuff out. That's it. And, you know, yeah, other background noises and stuff. And it's gonna be more common now with my other personal life moving in and stuff. And you might hear my cat right there too. Hi, kitty. I got a kitty. Oh, and no space duck. You might hear a space duck every now and then. Maybe not, because I will say he's on the other channel. That's his name, Gus. But yeah, my real opponent is between the Viper SRT and the Mercedes AMG. The Viper SRT, and the reason why I say him is because he's fast, but he's also odd. Because I would say he's supposed to be faster than me. He's exactly not, because I should have lost this at the end of the day. I felt like I should have lost this at the end of the day. But I will say I technically would have lost this if I was using the racing hard all the way. I decided to turn around and just use the racing mediums because I will say I technically like tried 3 attempts. See, I did not like fail. I just knew I was gonna fail, so I turned around, just switch it to the racing mediums and deal with the racing mediums, which is, I mean, technically bad, but in this car's case, I would say technically good because this car is super light. This car is made in mind for racing medium tires. They ain't gonna burn those tires like no tomorrow. Because it kind of shows too, because it's like barely burning. So what is burning though is the fuel, and the fuel is about like 4 laps. So I have to go pit twice. So that might be the downfall part about this build at the end of the day. And what's kind of tough. What's up? Luckily, at least this track is kind of short, but it's still going to be like 20 minutes. So if you skip beyond here, I don't blame you, but otherwise, it is what it is. I had to figure out what else to say. Because the problem about these races too, it's always the same opponents at the end of the day. Well, I say somewhat because that V12 is the unique one. But other than that guy, that's really about it. That's really about it, what you get to see abnormally. Because it's always the Viper, it's always the GTR Nismo, it's always these two Supras, it's always the WRX, it's always the NSX. And you know what really befuddles me so hard is like they introduced that new 900 event, a 900 World Tour, and they have the GTR 1999 in that event. They have the NSX 1999 in that event, and the McLaren F1 GTR, the lesser year one, or 97 or something like that. It's not the big one. It's not the big white one. It's the black one, or black bluish one. But those three should be in this event, and they're not. They're not at all, and I don't understand why. Instead, it's a majority just grade 3s. And I don't get that at the end of the day, because they're grade 3s as well. It's a bad part. And on top of it, they also suck in that event, because they're the only 3 that always sit in the back, because I guess they believe that their fuel mileage would be the savior compared to the others, but not when those grade 2s make about the same. Or if not better. Because they were made in mind to be even much better. Because I'm sorry to say, a GT500 of 2016 is not the same as a GT500 of 1999. If anything, a GT500 of 1999 is the same as a GT300 of 2021, the BRZ one, what I'm referring to. That's the closest you can get in terms of similar performance going on here. Other than that, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm about to pit here, so here I go, going in. But yeah, this is where I have to pit, and also the Viper has to pit too, because luckily that's the downfall he has, is that he kind of burns too. There's also probably other contenders too that probably burn, but I kind of just wave them off at the end of the day. Oh yeah, I guess if there's another opponent, he's a hidden one, it's the R8 LMS. That's the other one. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, just get out of the pit, which yeah, I dropped to 13 as a result. I goes like 8 or 7 there. Trying to make those brackets back up, so to say. So yeah, there's just a lot of things you just have to match at the end of the day and such. Just trying to now make it to the other opponents at the end of the day while showing the helmet cams, what their cars look like inside, because you never know. You never know what it looks like inside. Got your drink unit there, got your HUD there, got your steering yoke. Which is really fucked up because that new production filler has a steering yoke. I don't know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say. Because for race cars that makes sense. For a regular production car, I'm not really sure. Besides, you know, the whole Tesla autopilot shit. Which is kind of weird, because from what I read in terms of that autopilot, it can't even work in a one-lane tunnel very well. Apparently. Which is hilarious. Because apparently that's like connected to Las Vegas or something like that. I can't remember what exactly. I don't really usually look up Tesla shit, so, you know. But I did saw this on the fly. Never know, never know. I mean, just because I have a dislike into things doesn't mean I can't look at it, so to say. Because it's like, in a way, I kind of do believe that there could be a case where electric car could be supremely better than a gas car, but it really still hasn't shown it yet. It's the problem. And my only answer to that is maybe the solid state battery might be the answer, or maybe not. I don't know. Hard to say. Bit of a problem with itself at the end of the day. I kind of hope it does, but you know, it is what it is. But the problem is, if like all of us people try to move into that, it's gonna be kind of tough because you know a car company is gonna nickel and dime that like big time if that so ever happens. I mean, look at Tesla. They charge their cars like 60,000 to 50,000. You can't charge a car 30,000. And then on top of it, it's even worse now with because they were tax benefit too. So if you did saw a Tesla that was 30 grand, it's not 30 grand anymore. It's now 40 grand because apparently that cut off 1,000 grand. Because Trump decided to axe it. Thanks, Trump. But yeah, it's just yeah, you have that, and then you have the hydrogen, which Toyota's doing their damnedest trying to make it work, but who knows on that matter. I think one case, I don't know if it was Toyota, but I think either it was Honda or someone else in mind. They made a gas motor where it takes the hydrogen and stores it. It's very weird. I don't know if this is gonna exist, but I know, because I know there's a lot of technology things out there that or fake technology news that they'll spill this. That oh we have the world's savior of motors, and it turns out fake. Or either fake, or it's just not enough resource to pay in for that. The end of it. That's the biggest problem to deal with when it comes to the technology. It's like you'll hear a world savior type of motor that oh it just fuels on water, but there is a big problem to it. Why it doesn't appear to be made yet? Because that problem hasn't been solved yet. And until then, that engine is just going to be a prototype. So, yeah, 149.222, so definitely doing a lot quicker than he is. He did like 153. Because yeah, as the saying goes, the closer you get up to the first player guy, or not first player, but first position guy, he'll start getting quicker. He'll start jetting. So, I will note this is where I pull a strategy method though. As I go around this roundabout, I am going to pit immediately, and the reason why I'm going to pit immediately because I want him to pit later. Because I will say that is a strategy to wring the CPU's momentum a bit. So I am going to pit right here, right now, because this is how I won the one Monza with the special formula cars of Gran Turismo and stuff. Because yeah, when it came to that event, you had to ring the opponent's AI to just to win, because for some reason they were just batshit quick. I'll just say that. Like their rubber band was insane. I remember that event was so fucking bad because I did that way back on one of the weeklies. I can't remember which one now at this point, but it was there. It was there, and I hated it because, like the saying goes, I don't really care for Monza here. It's too I don't know, bland. It's like there's really not special anything about Monza besides the chicane and a lot of speed moments, but it doesn't feel all striking, you know. It just feels basic. So now I basically prep myself for the finishing finale here. Yeah, as the saying goes, the real opponent is not Mercedes there, because as you can see, he has a good amount of fuel. He's definitely going to survive the next 3 laps here. So the GR Super will probably be the other one, I assume, because I'm not checking it yet. Yeah, he's kind of pretending, I will say. Although the Super's doing like the quickest lap, 151. That one. Yeah, at the end of the day though, if I had to say if like a real person drove the GT3, he'd still beat me. It's just a matter of I beating AI with this. And you beat the AIs of a GT3 with this, and survey says yes. And this is how you do it, everybody. Barely, almost like. Well, no, if 230 miles per hour would be probably a lot easier. On the drugs. Yeah, he didn't really got much fuel, but I know I'm gonna cross him here because there he is, right. Oh, he's already passing up the 2. Okay, I figured I'd pass him like right here. Nope, he's up a little further, but it's fine anyways because then he fuck ups here. I don't know what to say. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he hit that bump pretty bad, but yeah, let's look at it again, shall we? Alright, we're going up the straightaway here to the chicane. Yeah, I think that bump's offset. Yeah, that bump. Oh my god. Awesome, and then you know they kind of play this whole safety rule where they just sit there. So yeah, he lost. He lost the race. Goodbye, sir. Nice knowing you. Alright, now onto the real race, which is between the GR Supra and the Mercedes here. Alright, past the Supra. Supra's not a problem anymore. Now the Mercedes. The Mercedes is usually the tough one. Which is kind of shocking the Mercedes is winning this one. It's really shocking on that. I usually did not expect that. I'm not saying it's a bad car. I just did not expect that. I will know. Getting on to the big old chicanes, or straightaway, then the big old chicane, double chicane. Gotta do the double waves. And getting ever closer. Yeah, he's not faster. He probably has the better turn though. Boss. And oh, here we go. Passing. Fast. Oh. It's not giving up though. Trying to fight for it. Oh, and he gave up. There we go. And thus I basically win at this point. So now for the victory lap of yeah, just victory lap. Where's the chicane? This thing goes. I don't want to drift because if I drift I probably lose. Thing goes. Yeah, at that point, that's basically victory. Now for the lap of home run, basically. So yep, you can do this event with a 200 mph adjusted F40. Would I really suggest you do that with the F40 with RM tires? Probably not. But I just show it, you know. Show and tell. It's beautiful. It's not just bad as a big dude. He was low on fuel. Well, it's not surprised. He probably had it set up just for the end here. Yeah, I usually just grab an extra amount of fuel just in case. But technically, I could have been a lot quicker. But you know, sometimes it's good to have some leeway. Now onto the big roundabout, and there she ends, basically. We go straight away and bam. A better lap too, 149.031. Almost a 148. Alright, now for the rewards, which it's not these two, because these two are just drive a marathon. It's a 5-star. What do I get for this beautiful 5-star? A gold bar. $100,000. Alright, whatever. Anyways, now on to the 3-star. Now on to the 3-star. Oh man, I have this nice Lancer here, but you know what you actually get? These 7 suspension springs! For the GTR safety car on that. I was a little quick on that, but yeah, GTR safety car, I saw that. And then it's really just money prizes. You get $800,000 for bonus for doing the weeklies and stuff. So that basically wraps that. So So that basically ends that for this episode. So I'll see you guys all next time. Enjoyed this little teaser where I also won this bigger event, the Sardega race, with the F42 on top of it. Really shocking it did that, but that's basically it for me for this one. Until then, I'll see you guys all next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and see you then. Ciao.